Alright, let's see if this works. Okay. Looks like it. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay. I will see if the comments and any thumbs ups appear, and then I'll know that I'm live. Kia ora, good evening everyone. Apologies that I haven't had a broadcast out there today. We've been getting, here we go. These are the first ones coming up. Sorry that I haven't done a broadcast today. It's just been unbelievably busy than normal, I tell you. Kia ora, Johnny. And it's just amazing. Hey, Jody, I'm going to say hello to a few here. Kia ora, Ma. Kia ora, Toitu and Christine. Hey, Malo Lava, Talofa. Trudy, hey, g'day, Trudy. Hope all is well. And Gizzy. Jaden, kia ora, Ann. Wairata Junior, hey, Malo Junior. Nix, hey, Nix. Hey, Sarah, thank you for that. Hey, brother Rob. B. Catherine Gale. Hey, Catherine, good to see you, sister. Hope you're well. Kia ora, Aroha. Kia ora, Carly. Kia ora, David. Kia ora, Matthew. Hoping all is well as in Sydney. Hey, Karen, and G. Gareth. Man, you guys, kia ora, Lynn. Good evening, everyone. I know I'm driving you nuts to all those that want me to get on with it. Kia ora, Maria and Donna. Ants, hey, after an update from you, Ants, on everything down there. And Tanya, and Sheree, and Marie. Hey, Marie. And Deb and Nikki. Alright, I better get into it. Sheree. Hey, Sheree. Alrighty. Guys, we've had a really interesting day today. So, I just want to say that I've learned some things very humbly today about our movement. I did an interview today with an international freedom fighting commentator by the name of Sacha Stone. Many of you will know who he is. Sacha Stone is an international freedom fighter. He basically travels the world blowing the lid on different things that are occurring that destroy democracy or hurt people, corporate illegal behaviour, corporate crimes, also tyrannical governments, and he's an interesting guy. I sort of had my reservations at first, but you know, he seems like a decent guy, and no, he's definitely an interesting guy. But what is interesting about him as well, he has a global following, huge following, and I did an interview with him today. Probably about 30 odd minutes long, and they're gonna air it out. I'll let you know when I'll post something on my post. But he actually made me slow down and take stock of what we're doing as a political movement down here and as a country. And it's this. He said to me, you know, Billy, do you guys actually realise in New Zealand what you're doing with your political party movement? And he said, there are so many big leaders watching you guys, you'd be surprised to know who was watching you down there. And I sort of pressed him a little bit, and I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, you'd be surprised to know who is watching what you're doing down there. There are some amazing big people that are watching you, and the world is watching you guys down there, because the world knows that New Zealand, Aotearoa, is a testing ground for all those things that they want to do with us down here, and also on the rest of the world. And how we respond to it down here as free thinking, critical thinking New Zealanders, as Kiwis, as Māori, or whatever we are, you know, we're really going to be showing the rest of the world whether we can stand up to tyranny. And New Zealanders can. We need to, you know, wake up and understand what the threat is that we're dealing with. But it's not conspiracy, it's not conjecture. As I say, stay factual, stay calm, stay on a level playing field, and you know, articulate what we need to say well. But what we are about as a political movement, and it's a people's movement, is identifying what the very, very real concerns are and speaking about them. But what Sacha said to me, he said, look, you know, nobody's talking about it like we are as a political party anywhere else in the world quite like us. And I heard that from Brother John Mappin from Camelot TV, and I've heard it from another source, and that was interesting. So what's come of that is 7 globally recognised leaders are sending us their little piece to cams like this, little video shots of themselves offering their support for our movement. Can you believe that? 7 world leaders. in the freedom fighting movement, and some of them are famous. One of them is a bit of a crack up actually. I just realised who she is, so that's going to be interesting when that comes out. But they're sending us their best wishes and their tokens of support in these little video footages that they're going to send us, footage that they'll send us, and we'll post those up on our Facebook and on our website and that. But next week we'll be doing a we're going to be doing a roundtable, a leaders roundtable with all these different leaders. I'm really deeply humbled. We have the Bishop of Jerusalem is going to attend, and about another 7 or 6 of these leaders. We've got the guy Dr. David Martin, who's just absolutely super famous at the moment. We've got former CIA people that are blowing the whistle on all these programs around the world that aren't good. So it's just amazing, and I am very humbled. But it didn't. I guess I needed a reminder to really see that what we're doing down here is really special, guys, and we have to go through the grief. We have to go through the nonsense. We have to go through the name calling. We have to go through the trolling. We have to go through the attacks. We have to go through the claims. We have to go through the allegations and all that. That's the cost of doing this, but it's got to happen, because if we don't stand now and get a movement into Parliament to keep the governments honest, or be government, we're never going to get this chance again. I tell you that. I'm good for another 60 odd days of campaigning to get in there, guys. But it's the biggest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's very, very, very tiring. And it's kind of funny actually. Each time I do one of these posts, I look for the bags under my eyes, and somehow I've got a lens on that seems to have filtered it for me. So I'm not looking too awful tonight, but I'm definitely tired. But again, we've got more policies that we're working on, policies that we're going to be coming up with, going to be direct democracy and constitutional stuff. That's really important, so that we know what we're doing when we get into Parliament, and how to fix it, and what we're going to do with it. We've got the economic and business policies and strategies coming together nicely. We've got the the international and national sovereignty issues and international relationships policies that we're doing. Housing, that's a big one. I did an interview today with the New Zealand Herald about what my policies for the seat of Te Tai Tokiro, and we talked about it. And you know what? I'll tell you something really funny. This lady was surprised that when she was asking me to comment on some of the other Māori MPs, that I'd only talk about their failings and not personally abuse them or slander them. I'm not prepared to do that at all for anyone. You know, if someone does something really offensive, I'll call it out and I'll call it what it is, but I'm not going to do that. But what I did say is that here in Te Tai Tokiro in Northland, you know, we've had these MPs that have achieved very, very little. Calvin Davis is number 2 in the Labour Party, has done nothing up here really that I can find. And I live up here, I've got whānau up here, I've got people that work up here in business and all that, and we can't identify anything really that he's done, and we want to change that. But housing is a big, big deal, and I've got a matrix for an economic formula that will help our people not only get into blinking homes that they need instead of living in tree huts, but have a chance to own them. And they're not free. They have to put some equity into it, sweat equity. And yeah. Oh, thank you. Click. There you go. And also farming. You know, Marakai projects. And you know, getting our people working and getting the food happening, get it sold. We've got people right now that are willing to buy our product that we produce in the regions on our whenua, on our land. So we've got to do that. It's just so important. So so just that good point there. Exactly. Someone was just saying, let's pray that sleepy Joe Biden doesn't win the American elections. But you know, our big one here in New Zealand is just to absolutely watch what's going on here. We've got people developing our policies. We've got people watching very, very closely what's happening with this government. We need to protect our democracy. If we don't do that, we've got nothing else. We lose that, everything else goes. And we're the only political party in New Zealand doing this on behalf of our people, of all people here in Aotearoa. And I know that people give me grief and all that at times, and they don't realise that I'm actually fighting for them and asking the serious questions of the government, but they, just have to take time, and hopefully they'll see what's happening, because of course when you hear that 1,200 military troops of ours have been deployed across New Zealand, when to provide private security roles, I've got a big question mark about that, and why they need to do that. And now we have Winston Peters jumping out of the blue, trying to be a big hero on his white horse and his shiny armour, saying they need to protect the borders. Well, yeah, hello, but that doesn't unfortunately, Mr. Peters, forgive you for throwing New Zealand under the bus and going with this out of control government. And also, $73 million for your friends and racing, when we've got people sleeping in cars, we've got families sleeping in dangerous places and all that. That's where our money needs to go. Ia o te mea nui o te ao, what is the most important thing in the world? It's people. He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. And, money will never replace people. And that's why I say to people when they ring up now and ask me about our stance on COVID-19, I say, number one, we need to always guarantee our safety of our community and the health of our people at risk. So our policy is now up on the website for you all to see. Very, very deeply proud of that policy and the team that put that together. And, it's great to be a part of this. But we've got lots more coming up, I tell you. So, guys, hold on. And, we've got someone called Fran Forant, who was saying only 700 people watching. Well, it's quite funny, really, because it's awesome. I went to another minor party's website, and I had to laugh of my life. They posted something. It had been up there for a couple of days, and it had 6 views. And whatever you do, you can't fabricate and plan a people's movement. You can't do anything like that. You can't. There's no amount of money that can do this. I don't think it could ever be repeated again, what we've done in just now 9 weeks tonight. I don't think you can. I wouldn't know how to do it again, because it can't be repeated. I think it's incredible. Yes, Shirley, I know that Trump knows exactly what's happening here. Trump has been talking about New Zealand. He's been ramping up the narrative, of course, and I think he's been doing it with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, saying that we've got this massive second wave down here, and he'll know that it isn't a massive second wave. We had 1,800 cases in the last lockdown, and we had 26 sad deaths from it. There isn't no second wave here. And what we all need to do is make sure those at risk to it, as I keep saying, it's important to be careful. If you feel sick and if you've had exposure to it, if you think you've had exposure to COVID-19, please, please, please be careful and go to a doctor and get to the bottom of it. Because at the end of the day, we need everybody fit and alive, because we've got to get this country out of debt. We're going to get us all housed. We're going to get us all working, and we need each other to do it, and we need all of you to vote. So I'm going to leave that there, guys. That's a bit of a long one tonight, but just want to say, just take care, everyone. Please keep sending me the information that you do. It's amazing, because it just gives us another insight to what's happening out there, and I will definitely ensure that we at Advanced New Zealand keep the information flowing so that you know what we're dealing with. All right, everyone, take care. God bless, and have a good evening. Kia ora.